Okay, we're ready to start our Ohio to Erie Canal Trail ride, and with any luck we won't get wet and we'll be able to get a ride on a train today. Are you excited for getting going?
I am. Another train ride, and a little cloudy today, but we're hoping it doesn't rain till 1 and we'll be able to get at least a good picture of our ride in dry.
When New York State's Erie Canal opened in 1825, it marked the beginning of a natural transportation system, connecting ports on the Great Lakes with eastern markets. Ohio, seeing the benefits of the Erie Canal, caught canal fever. By 1825, it had plans to link Lake Erie with the Ohio River, well underway. The Ohio and Erie Canal was dug by hand between the 1820s and the 1830s. And when it was done, it completed an inland water route stretching from New Orleans to New York City. Over the next half-century, this small strand of water would change the world. It took Ohio from a struggling frontier to one of the richest and third most populous states in the nation, and positioned New York City as a world port and America's financial capital. It took 2 years of hand digging to complete the section from Cleveland to Akron, and 5 more years to finish all the sections. And it was 4 foot deep. Now, according to what I just read on that sign, that's Cleveland's first lift bridge. And is that the football stadium?
Yes, baseball.
I don't know, it looks like the Browns logo on it to me. Alright, we're what? How far into the ride?
About 4 miles, maybe a little more.
Oh, I guess we have a rain delay. We didn't think we'd have rain till 1 o'clock, but it's 8:27 and it's coming down pretty hard, so we thought we'd hide out under this bridge for a few minutes and see what happens. Okay, we're 5 miles into our ride, and I think we're officially in the canal park after going up and down and around. So it should be a lot flatter from here on out, but we'll find out. The canal era lasted from 1827 to 1913, but in 1870 railroads started springing up and eroded the need for industrial transportation along the canal. And then the Great Flood in 1913 basically lasted 4 days. A foot of rain left most of the Ohio and Erie Canal destroyed, and eventually it was abandoned. In 1996, Congress passed a bill designating the Ohio and Erie Canalway as National Heritage Area to preserve and celebrate the railroad, trails, landscapes, and towns that grew up along the canal. Lock 40, also known as 8 Mile Lock due to its distance from the original canal terminus in Cleveland, Lock 40 is the first lock you're going to come across if you're traveling from the north. Aqueducts were necessary to carry the canal across other water courses, and in this case it was Mill Creek. I was surprised to learn that there's a national park in Ohio, and it is a beautiful place. Did you know that it was 2021's 13th most visited U.S. national park?
Well, we made it to the Canal Exploration Center, and we haven't gone in, but it looks like an interesting older building, and we might have to take a quick peek.
You might want to take a minute and stop at the Canal Exploration Center. It was built in the 1820s and improved in 1853. It's a great place to find out about the history of the Ohio and Erie Canal and its place in the national canal system. Through its exhibits, you can discover canal engineering, daily life along the canal era economy, and changes in society stimulated by the canal. At Tinker's Creek Aqueduct, you'll probably notice the engineering looks a little bit more modern than in some of the other canal structures, and that's because the latest version was put into service in the spring of 2011. Okay, we had a little break from the rain. Trail's pretty sopping wet. And although there's a road right next to us, you feel like you're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. It's really peaceful, actually.
I waddle up the hill. Got to take a picture of our bikes from the other side to see the mud caked on.
Well, I gotta go to the other side, so it's pretty cakey from here.
Yeah.
Here we are outside of a general store in Boston, I believe. We got a great sandwich and some excellent ice cream. You'll have to stop in and get some of this Mitchell's ice cream. What do you think?
I think my ice cream was very good. I'm a little full now, but...
You can't miss the Interstate 271 and Ohio Turnpike bridges. They were totally rebuilt between 2002 and 2009. These twin bridges over the Cuyahoga Valley are the longest on the Ohio Turnpike. This section of the trail had plenty of my favorite boardwalks. I don't know why I like to bike on a boardwalk, I just do. Well, after a rain delay, we're back on the trail. We're trying to get to Akron today. It's going to be a beautiful day, and let's see what we can find on the canal. Whoa. not sure if it's right before this or right after this tunnel you would find the village of Peninsula. You might want to make a stop there because it has a lot of buildings from canal and railroad eras. Really beautiful in here. It's a gorgeous morning, and this has got to be on our bucket list part of trails. Norman and Martha Hunt began farming in the Cuyahoga Valley in the 1860s. The National Park Service purchased their farm and opened it as a visitor information center. The area that's now known as Beaver Marsh at one point was a farm field in the 19th century and an automobile salvage yard in the 20th century. After the property was purchased by the National Park Service in the 1970s, beavers created wetlands by damming the canal basin. The Mustill Store and House, located at Lot 15, are two of the oldest structures in Akron. Built around 1850, the store served canal travelers and the local community. 15 staircase locks in a single mile were necessary here to lift boats up the steep escarpment. It was the largest ascent within the shortest distance on the entire Ohio and Erie Canal. Several of the locks have been destroyed over time. However, locks 10 through 15 remain intact and illustrate the significant engineering feat. The trip through 15 locks in a single mile took up to half a day, so as a result, saloons, brothels, hotels, and stores emerged to cater to passengers during their layover. All right, we made it to Akron, and we're taking the train back on up. So this will be nice.
Yeah.
Nice ride.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ride from Boston to here.
Well, we've reached the end of this adventure. Hope you enjoyed it.